Again, we are live with the Modern Mystery School UK EU podcast and YouTube channel. And today we are joined by Martina. Martina, how are you?
I am really well, thank you. I'm enjoying this beautiful sunshine.
It's lovely to have you back on the show. I know you come in and pop in often, and we always love having you on. So thank you for this, because this is a question that is popping up time and time again. And you and I have chatted about this, that people might think that having a spiritual guide is something for those people who've got too much time on their hands, too much money, or it's not really needed in the practical world and such like. But I'm just interested, why did you want a spiritual guide?
Well, thank you, Ipsissima, for inviting me back. And this is an amazing question to ask. I did not know that I needed a guide. I absolutely did not know that. And I went here, there, and everywhere. And I was very much I was exploring. And I did try many different things. And I always hit a glass ceiling. And I used to describe it that way. And it never dawned on me, the concept of having somebody to guide me spiritually, it literally never dawned on me. And when I came to the mystery school and this concept came about, and having, and I was very fortunate to meet somebody who was able to explain the process of the path and a guide, it was kind of like, but why would I need one? And it wasn't until I got a guide that I realized how valuable it was and how much I actually needed a guide, because a guide gives the clarity and they can see who you truly are. And there's no agenda. They can say it. They can offer, this is what I would recommend for you. Why are you looking at that? Why don't you look at this? Can you not see the opportunity that's in front of you? They're able to see the whole of you from a spiritual place. And it's a really amazing conversation. And 25 years later, I've been on this path 25 years, a guide is still very valuable to me, because they're able to guide me in the direction that I need to go and that I can go forward in. And sometimes my guide reminded me of my potential, what I actually could achieve. And this was one of the things that has been invaluable.
So, I mean, I know you and I have both, searched in many different arenas beforehand. What made you pick your guide? What was the thing that drew you? Because there's a lot of people out there offering or saying that they could do spiritual coaching or this, and so is that the same? Or what's your thought on that?
Well, yeah, we don't want to misunderstand what a guide does and what coaching is, because coaching is a lot of listening. And that's not exactly what a guide is. A guide is you come, you present yourself, and they bring clarity because they're in the light. And they're a step or several steps ahead of you on the path. And they're in the light, holding the light with absolute clarity. And because of that, there's not always an awful lot of conversation, but there is a lot of clarity, and brings you into alignment with who you truly are in the divine with clarity. So there's a landing of that within. When I speak to my guide, it's like, oh yeah, I got it. Thank you. I got it. I might ask the question, and that's what that was the difference. When I met a guide in the lineage, I was asking myself the questions and I was having conversations within the self. But then when I met them, it was like, oh, okay, they can bring me clarity. They can give me direction. They can help me to know who I am at a completely different level. And that was the attraction for me.
So I've heard you use these couple of words which keep cropping up: path. So somebody on a path and walking a path, and lineage. So
yes.
Is that important in choosing your spiritual guide, in your decision making and such like?
Yes, absolutely. Because the guide is aligned in the lineage on a progressional path. And because it is a path of progression in the light with lineage tools and teachings, it elevates the physical life and it aligns the physical and the spiritual together so that you can be who you truly are. We're physical, but we're also spiritual. So it nurtures all parts of the being and it elevates everything. So your life goes to a whole new, I say it's a whole new platform. You elevate yourself to a whole new platform, and you can live in this world and be in this world, but you can do it in alignment with who you said you wanted to be before you came here. And you can live your life and you can manifest the life of your dreams as a result of that, because the physical and the spiritual are aligned together. So progressional path with a lineage guided with the light of a guide, that's a whole new way to live. And that's why it's very important when you do choose a guide that you choose one that you can align with. There's a reflection, there's a connection, there's alignment. So you can always go to that person. You can go in your most exciting moments, and you can go in your troubled moments as well, because they're there with you and for you.
Yeah, I think that was an important part for me, is that I see the guide physically, and that they were actually going along and walking what they were talking about. To me, that was an integrity. That was a big piece for me, because I was like, wow, okay, so they're doing it, and they're doing it. So they've already, walked this part of the path, and they know. So that gave me what I needed, I feel, when I was choosing my guide. So yeah, that was an important piece for me.
Absolutely, because we're living it as guide.
Yeah, living it. I love that. And so for people out there who might be thinking, how do I get a spiritual guide? As in, what are the steps? Maybe we could share something from our lineage in how people would get a spiritual guide, or how they would start the conversation of having one.
Absolutely. Well, I recommend to people to go to the website, because there is quite a few certified modern mystery school lineage guides. And then it's not always a spoken, there's a knowing or a sense, there's a connection. And have a conversation with that person, and possibly even have 2 or 3 conversations, and choose your guide. Because when you work with a guide, it's a commitment. You make a commitment to work with them in the lineage, but they also make a commitment to serve you in the lineage. So that alignment, that connection comes together, and then you work together. And that's an ongoing process. You come to classes, but the service of a guide is ongoing. And that's very unique. Very, very unique in this path, because people have conversations with me that I met 18 years ago, that I met 20 years ago, and I'm still their guide, and I'm still here to help them and to serve them whenever they reach out to me.
Yeah, I do love that. I do love that. I just, I have that all the time. And, people that I'm guiding, message me after however many years, and that's fantastic. Oh, hi, like no time has passed. And, that's the bond of a guide, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's really, really unique, and it's really valuable, and it's extremely powerful, because you feel the strength of your guide.
Yeah, you do. Thank you so much, Martina. I know it was a quick conversation today, because we're going to be asking lots of people about this, because it's such an interesting thing, isn't it? Why somebody would want a spiritual guide. But these have been great insights. So thank you so much
Thank you, Ipsisma, because this is an amazing question to ask. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, my pleasure. Now, if people want to get in touch, Martina, where can they get in touch?
They can visit martinacoogan.com.
martinacoogan.com. That was another easy one for me to type in. So thank you for that.
There you go.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care for now, and take care, everyone.
Take care. Bye. Thank you.